My second escape, because there were two escapes in my life, you know. I keep saying the third one is going to be from Hollywood. But those two escapes, one was in Hungary during the Second World War, and the second was in 1956 when the Hungarian Revolution happened. There was terrible fighting going on in Budapest between the Russian army and the Hungarian Revolution. And after 2 weeks, I realized that there's never going to be any change in that country. And we were naively thinking that the Americans, the British, everybody was going to come and save Hungary, but nobody came. And I said to my friends, I said, I don't care what happens, but I'm going to get out of this country, because if I don't, nothing will ever happen for me, and I will not going to die here like that. And I was determined to leave.
What I've been doing for the last few years is touring around the world doing this show that is basically an anti-war statement. And it's based upon the philosophies, political and humanist, if you like, that I inherited from my mum and dad. Because that's where I was brought up. And, you know, and a big part of my philosophy, as I'm going on and on and on about constantly, is that who we are depends upon the accidents of, you know, our genetic information and the geography of our birth.
And when it came down, there was a curfew and you couldn't be in the street. You were shot if you were in the street before 10 o'clock in the morning. And there was three huge Russian tanks in the street. And as we got out of the building, the turrets of the tank followed us to the street corner. And my friend gave his watch to the Russian post, and they let us go. And then we got on a train, and at that night we got out before midnight into Austria, and we were free.
I've recently been reading research that has led people to suppose that newborn babies are benevolent. Do you think that's true?
Definitely.
So you would agree with me that they have to be taught to be evil?
Well, they're surrounded by shit and they pick it up.
Well, isn't that the same thing?
Well, okay, all right, we'll say that.
Well, I find that hugely encouraging, because I'm desperate to believe that human beings are intrinsically good, and that if they weren't taught to be horrible to each other, they wouldn't be.